In this future, astronauts were chosen for one reason above all others. They knew how to disappear. Lena had mastered the art long before space ever claimed her. She had learned to fold grief into silence, to lock longing behind discipline. When the council approved her for the one-way mission, the evaluation was simple. No emotional dependencies, no ties strong enough to pull her back. Perfect. The mission was framed as discovery, but everyone knew the truth. She was being sent where return was unlikely. Humanity's reach extended only because some were willing to be lost forever. Lena accepted without hesitation. Love had no place in space, and she had already buried hers on Earth.
The first months beyond mapped space were empty in a way that felt almost merciful. No noise, no expectation, just the steady rhythm of systems and stars drifting like indifferent witnesses. She sent daily transmissions into the void, never expecting an answer, until one answered back. Not a signal, not an echo, a voice, cracked, faint, almost afraid of itself. If this reaches anyone, please don't turn it off. Lena's heart stuttered, an unfamiliar malfunction. Protocol screamed at her to cut the channel. Hallucinations were common in deep isolation. Voices were a warning sign. Still, she answered. Identify yourself. Silence stretched. Then, my name is Noah. I think I'm stuck between moments. Noah had been part of an abandoned experiment, an explorer sent to test temporal folds near the edge of known physics. The mission failed. His ship didn't explode. It vanished, and with it, the man. He existed now in fragments of time, sometimes seconds, sometimes hours, never fully present, never fully gone. Their conversations came in bursts, static swallowed words. Sentences arrived unfinished, yet somehow they understood each other perfectly. They spoke of fear first, then memories, then the things they had never said to anyone else. Lena described the color of Earth's oceans. Noah described the sound of rain he wasn't sure he remembered correctly. With every transmission, the emptiness inside Lena softened. She caught herself waiting, counting seconds, adjusting her orbit just to hear his voice more clearly. She had crossed galaxies to avoid attachment, and found it anyway. Love did not arrive gently. It arrived as longing she could not explain, as grief for a man she had never touched. She dreamed of him, always just out of reach, always smiling with sadness. One transmission came late. His voice was weaker. Lena, my window is collapsing. I don't think I'll make it much longer. She ran simulations until her hands shook. The truth was brutal and beautiful in its cruelty. To anchor Noah into stable time, she would have to redirect her ship into the anomaly, sacrificing her mission, her data, her place in history, and maybe herself. You can't do that, Noah said softly when she told him. You were chosen for something bigger than me. Lena closed her eyes. You're wrong, she said. You're the first thing that's ever felt like home. The final choice did not feel heroic. It felt human. She recorded a final message, not for Earth, but for herself. Then she changed course. Space folded like fabric pulled too tight. Time screamed, light fractured. For one infinite moment, Lena felt everything she had ever feared. Loss, love, hope collide. And then, silence. She woke to gravity, to sunlight filtering through a hospital window, to voices speaking her name like she belonged to the world again. They called it a temporal correction, a miracle, an impossibility no one could fully explain. Lena didn't listen. She only listened when she heard him. "I used to imagine your face when I was alone." She turned. Noah stood there, real, solid, terrified. They stared at each other like survivors of the same impossible storm. For a moment, neither moved. Then Lena stepped forward, her hand hovering between them, afraid the touch might undo everything. When their fingers met, she laughed and cried at once.
They were strangers by history, but their souls recognized the distance they had already crossed. Later, Lena would understand the truth of her journey. She had gone into space to survive. She had come back because she chose to love. And the universe, vast, indifferent, magnificent, had bent just enough to let her. Some loves are born in a glance, some in a lifetime, and some are strong enough to cross stars, time, and fear. Just to say, "I hear you. Stay."
If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps keep these stories alive. Thank you for being here.